I'm a victim. I've got so many categories. I ought to be given a Medal of Honor for all my categories of victimization. Everybody's offended me. Previous people I don't know. Dead people have offended me. Living people have offended me. You offend me. I'm a victim of past injustice and inequity and present rejection, discrimination, offense, and most of you don't even know how much you offend me. It's unconscious. There has to be a category for everybody. Even white men are looking for a category of victimization that they can all pile into so they can at least be part of the conversation. It's likely that they're going to be victims of white women, but I don't want to get into that. And then there's Adam, and God says to Adam, Adam, why? And Adam says, the woman you gave me. And he's not just blaming the woman, he's blaming God who made the woman. There are only two people in existence, and they blame somebody else. A talking snake and God. And Claudius stepped into that, and some historians define him this way. He was an insane, stuttering, slobbering man. Just the kind you'd like for your leader. You know, Reformed theologians have just worked this verse to death through the centuries. Here would be a classic Reformed theological explanation of John 3:16. First of all, we have the remote efficient cause. Then we have the approximate efficient cause. Then we have the instrumental cause. And then we would add the material cause. Does that move your heart? Is that gripping you? That's a theological way to explain John 3:16. You remember that God came to Adam and said, Adam, why did you eat? He said, the woman you gave me. He wasn't blaming Eve. He was blaming God. The woman you gave me. I went to bed single. I didn't even know what a woman was. And then she showed up and all hell broke loose. For all we know, Jesus preached for hours. We know Paul preached for hours. He preached till midnight. A guy fell out of the window and died. Paul still didn't stop. They raised him from the dead, brought him back up to hear the rest of the sermon. They seized upon that statement, discussing with one another what rising from the dead meant. Well, how hard is that? So Jesus is saying to him, look, there's really not a lot of point in me launching on deeper theological explanations because I'm talking to a brick. They come and beg him and they say, send her away. She keeps screaming at us. Boy, they're about as sensitive as a brick. Well, what's the difference between the green grass and the ground? Well, you would know, you live in California. In the spring we get green grass. A few months later we get ground. And I don't ever want to start living in the world of fantasy. It's all full of lies and misrepresentations. The only fantasy I'm interested in is watching cartoons with my grandkids.